Alright, so we're talking about Aerosmith today, and I'll be showing you my CDs and some concert stubs and a t-shirt that I have saved. So I have all of Aerosmith's studio albums and a couple of their live albums. I'm missing, I don't know, South of Sanity or something like that, and some compilations that have some tracks that I don't have here and there, but I have all the studio albums. So here we go. First album, self-titled. Really good album, very raw, but a really good record. Mama Kin is my favorite on here. Get Your Wings. Great stuff. Lord of the Thighs. Seasons of Wither. Seasons of Wither is one of my favorite Aerosmith songs. Toys in the Attic. Sometimes I think this album is overrated, but then I play it and it really is a great album. I guess I'm so burnt out on Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion that might be part of it. And you got Rocks. A lot of people cite this one as their favorite, and it is definitely 1 or 2 on my list, depending on the day. Sick as a Dog, Licking a Promise, Rats in the Cellar. Just great record, front to back. And you got Draw the Line. A little bit of a drop off from Rocks, but some good songs. Kings and Queens, one of their best. But Bright Light Fright, Joe Perry singing, ugh, that's just not necessary. And you got Live Bootleg, an actual live album. Really great. Not doctored, not reproduced in the studio, actually live. One of the best as live albums go. Then Night in the Ruts, possibly my favorite. It's between this and Rocks. Great stuff though. The band was kind of splitting up during this record, beginning to. No Surprise, Chiquita, 3 Mile Smile. Great stuff. And then you got Done with Mirrors. No, I'm sorry. Hold on. You got Rockin' a Hard Place. Where is it? Rockin' a Hard Place. There we go. The first side of this album is perfect. Second side is good. First side is as good as any Aerosmith album, and without Joe Perry and Brad Whitford on this one. Got Rick Dufay and Jimmy Crespo playing guitars on this one. Great record. Where are we at here? Alright, now we got Done with Mirrors. The original lineup got back together, and I saw them in concert like a year before this came out, when they first got back together, and I'll talk about that when I get to the ticket stubs. But this is a really good record. The band kind of downplays it, says it's not finished or whatever it is, but yeah, it's a little raw sounding, but it's a really rockin' album. And you got a couple of live albums, Classics Live 1 and 2, which are both very good. And you got Permanent Vacation, the first clean era Aerosmith album. Some good songs on here. Heart's Done Time is really good. Cimaraya is great. St. John, Hangman Jury, Girl Keeps Coming Apart, and that's one of my faves. Angel's a great song for, you know, the commercial era Aerosmith. Permanent Vacation, good song. Good album. Ragdoll is one of my least favorite Aerosmith songs on the planet. Hate that. And I saw them just before this album came out, and I saw them after this album came out on the Permanent Vacation tour. And I'll talk about that when I get to the ticket stubs again. And you got Pump. Not a favorite. Something about the sound of this record that just kind of gnaws at me. Not sure what it is. There's some good stuff on here. Young Lust, Fine, Monkey on My Back. I mean, Janie's Got a Gun was a good song the first, 1,000 times I heard it. Now it's just kind of, I'm over it. My Girl's a really good song. Don't Get Mad, Get Even's okay. Voodoo Medicine Man, that's okay. What It Takes is a really good song. I don't know. I don't know why I don't like this record as much as I should, but. And then Get a Grip is kind of the same. I like it a little better than Pump. I don't know why. Eat the Rich is really good. Living on the Edge is good. Shut Up and Dance is really good. Crying and Crazy and Amazing are all really great songs. It's just that they're not very Aerosmith-ish. Nine Lives, same thing, kind of. It's a really good album, but just a little overproduced and overwritten. Very, outside writer heavy here. But good songs. Pink's a good song. Kiss Your Past Goodbye. Nine Lives is a good song. Falling in Love is Hard on the Knees. It's good, just not one I go back to often. Now this is probably my favorite, except for Permanent Vacation, of the the clean era Aerosmith. This is a great album, and most people hate it, but I love it. Beyond Beautiful, Just Push Play, Jaded, great song. Sunshine's great. Under My Skin. Avant Garden, man, what a great song. Great album. Just Push Play, love it. Then you got Honkin' on Bobo, which, it is what it is. It's okay for what it is, but which is, souped up versions of old blues songs. I've played it probably once in my life. What's the good one on here? You Gotta Move. That's really good. But and then Aerosmith's absolute worst album, which until about a week ago I had in a box of stuff to get rid of. But I started playing it on Spotify randomly one day, and it's not as bad as I initially thought, but it is quite bad, and a good portion of it. Street Jesus is a good song. Love Her a Lot's good. It has its moments, but man, two Joe Perry vocals on this album, just brutal. Man, what were they thinking? Horrible. But there you go. It is what it is. All right, so that's the Aerosmith collection, and I made a Spotify playlist, and like 2 songs from every studio album, plus a couple of extras at the end, and I'll put a link to that below. All right. And I forgot about this, the box set, Pandora's box. Got a lot of live stuff, some unreleased stuff, bits of songs, unfinished jams, that kind of thing. And, pretty good overview of their early stuff, Done with Mirrors. So, there's that. Good box set. So, these are my concert stubs. I've seen Aerosmith 4 times in my life, and the best 2 shows were um, before Done with Mirrors was finished and released. I mean, it wasn't released until a year after this, but they had gotten back together with Joe Perry and Brad Whitford, and were touring, and they weren't clean yet, and they were great. It was just amazing shows. And I came home and I wrote down the set list, and this is the actual piece of paper from 1984 that I wrote this on. Moving Out, Dream On, Milk Cow Blues, Same Old Song and Dance, Train Kept a Rollin', Lord of the Thighs, Back in the Saddle, Rats in the Cellar, Toys in the Attic, Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, Lightning Strikes, Let the Music Do the Talkin', Red House, Last Child, 3 Mile Smile, Reeferhead Woman, and Bone to Bone, Coney Island Whitefish Boy. I mean, that's a set list, man. Never see that today. And then I saw them the second time at the Texas Jam in Dallas, Texas. Flew out there with a buddy of mine from Peaches. And Boston, Whitesnake, Aerosmith, Tesla, Poison, who I hated, and a band called Fahrenheit. That was the whole lineup. And during Whitesnake, David Coverdale trotted Tawny Katane out on the stage. She just kind of did a spin and crossed the stage. It was funny. And then when we were going home in the airport, we saw the whole band, Whitesnake Band, in the airport. And my friend Ray ran them down and got autographs and stuff. And so that was cool. And then, so Permanent Vacation wasn't out yet. And then Permanent Vacation came out. And I think we got these from the record label, because I was working at Peaches. Claudia and I were both working at Peaches at the time. And so yeah, so we got to kind of meet them. They were standing behind all 5 of them were standing behind a table, and you kind of got herded through like cattle. And I had them all sign a Draw the Line t-shirt that I bought at the show. That's in a box somewhere. I didn't feel like digging it out. I also have a shirt from the Texas Jam. I don't think I sold it, but that's also in a box if I still have it. I'm pretty sure I still do. But anyway, so I got to tell Steven how much I love Seasons of Wither, thank him for writing that. And he said thanks. So that was kind of cool, getting to kind of meet them. And here's my shirt from the pre Done with Mirrors tour. Back in the Saddle. It was actually called the Back in the Saddle tour, 1984. I wore the hell out of this shirt. Sleeveless, baby, for that 2 minutes in the 80s when I had muscles. And yeah, so there you go. There's my Aerosmith video. Alright. Hey, thanks for watching.